Jalen, what have the first few days of spring practice been like for you? What's it like working with a new staff, and how's everything going for you?
It's exciting. I say the first 3 days have been real good. Those guys are challenging us to work, and a lot of the guys on the team have accepted the challenge. And it's just being able to showcase your skills in front of a new staff is, I say, a new experience for me. But at the most, it's very exciting.
Well, Jalen, you're back. Was that a decision that was tough to make to come back for another year? And maybe not the carries you wanted last year. How much thought did you put into that? Who did you talk to about it?
It was a very tough decision. I say I talked to my high school coach about it a lot. My teammates here, some of the support staff we have here, and it's just I see the exciting things and the things that we're trying to accomplish, things going on, and I've always wanted to be a part of it. And it's just me talking personally to my family. The best thing for me to do was to stay here where I wanted to be.
That you thought you were done, or maybe think about the transfer portal and try something else?
It was thoughts, but my heart's here, and I want to be here. So it's just ultimately I decided to stay here.
What have you sensed, what, 3 practices in, just the biggest difference in kind of structure from the previous staff in terms of those practices so far?
I say with Coach Pryor, he emphasized competition a lot. So we start off practice with competition drills. Yesterday it was linebackers versus running backs. The first day, one-on-ones, receivers and corners. And it's just, he really instills that competition, competitive mindset in us.
So what was the competition with the running backs and linebackers?
Angle tackling.
Did you win? Who'd you go up against?
I went first. I won.
Who'd you go up against?
Shamar Connor.
Okay. So he's unnoticed now that you guys.
We've always had that little when the pass come on, to be the best you got to compete against the best. So it's just I like to go with guys that like to win just as much as I do.
What's it been like working with some of the younger guys like Bryce Duke? How have some of the younger guys come in and looked in the first few days?
I say Bryce has been a bright spot. It's just I don't know where Bryce comes from. I don't know his background, but it's just from what he's shown me since the first day. He loves the work. He's very attentive, and he's just ready to compete. And it's like a lot of guys coming in straight from high school early, you don't see that, but he carries himself like a professional.
When a room has 9 guys, a running back room has 9 guys like that, do you feel like you have to make the most of your reps when you get the opportunities because it feels like guys are cycling through there so often?
It does, but I try to take it as no matter what the situation, you should take every rep like it's your last because you never know when your last down is. So it's like you have to be very passionate about every rep you take and be very consistent.
Did Stu Holt kind of come in and have a kind of plan for you, or did he see things in your games that he wanted to work on? I mean, what was that kind of transition like with him specifically?
He saw a lot of when we talked on the phone during the transition period. He talked to me about a lot of things he saw, but it was just for me. It was being able to prove myself to him. Just showing that guy on film is the same guy that's gonna come here every day and work. And it's just he's teaching a lot of effort, running through the ball, finishing. That he's big on finishing. So I say the transition with him has been very good.
What would you say is the biggest adjustment overall when an entirely new staff comes in? I know last week Coach Marv was saying how guys have picked up on the terminology and stuff like that pretty well so far. What would you say has been the biggest adjustment?
This is a whole new playbook. Just learning new terminologies, new schemes, new concepts, being able to adjust because it's different from being in the meeting room and looking at everything on paper and talking about it, but going on the field and actually running those plays full speed, I say that's the biggest adjustment.
Jalen, I mean, you're kind of one of the older guys now. If you don't mind just talking a little bit about how you're kind of being looked at maybe as a leader now and fulfilling that role just for yourself.
The coaching staff, the strength staff, those guys do see me as a leader, as me being one of the older people. And for me, I just take it as I'm not a very loud guy. I'm not a rah-rah guy. I'm just a lead by example, show guys how you're supposed to do it. So it's just me trying to be consistent every day and just come in, have a smile on my face, be ready to work, and just show those guys no matter what they're going through, it's a blessing for us to even be here. So just continue to put my head down and work and just show guys what I can do. That's how I try to do being a leader.
How would you describe Stu as a coach? What's he like playing for? And you mentioned some of the things he really tries to push you guys in. What's it been like working for him for the last couple of days?
I say Coach Stu reminds me of my high school coach. He has an expectation, is excellence. Effort is something that I want to say effort is you have to get maximum effort. You have to finish. He's all in. Like, he's very passionate about everything he does, but it's just he has a way of showing you there's always a right thing to do things. And it's just as long as you give maximum effort and do everything you can, go full speed every play. You have to represent and just be about your business. That's how I take it.
Anything stand out about the new quarterbacks, Jason Brown and Grant Wells?
I like them. It's just seeing new guys they can sling the ball, and they have experience from both the schools they came from, and just being able to see them run this new offense is very exciting to see.
And anybody you think has really improved on the offense throughout this offseason for the first 3 months of the winter workouts and things like that?
I say everybody have taken a step from where they were a couple months ago. It's just with us being pushed during the 100 games, us coming out of spring practice, knowing that this is a whole new staff, everybody's taking it to a whole new level. Like, you can tell people went home over the winter break and worked.
What were those Hunger Games like? I know we all saw pictures and video. You mentioned how much pride values competition. What were those drills like?
I say a lot of cone drills, conditioning, working through, but I say at the end it's competition. You have the tire pull, you have the sled push, you have the tug of war, and it's like when coach calls your name, you don't want to be the one to go out to lose. It's not a good look. But how Coach Pride puts it, man, if you step your foot on the line, you better be able to win. So yeah, it's been real good with Hunger drills.